Folks, welcome 406 Regen. Rained all night last night, and now the rest of the week it's going to be down to single digits at night. So winter's coming, but we got to go move the rams here this morning. Got the old 94 Kodiak fired up today, so new addition to the ranch equipment. Got it fairly cheap, and so far it should be a good bike, but I want to take a video over here before I got it all muddy, because it was fairly clean when I picked it up. So some things need to do to it, but it runs, it drives, it works. That's what it needs to do. Alrighty folks, I got up here, moved the rams real quick. Like as you can tell, we got them kind of in a smaller but long area, so up and down the hill here. This is just try to get some manure and stuff spread out on the hill. As you can see, this is where we've grazed across. We brought them all this way. And this grass down here never really does much, nothing, but it's got some good feed to it. So this is all the ram crop from this year. There's a few up there by the bull and the milk cow. But so these guys, they're going to be going in, I'm thinking as of right now, like December 15th is when I'm going to throw them in. And I'm just going to throw everybody. I'm just going to close up the herd, throw everybody in, so I don't have to make multiple moves as often here, because right now I have these rams. I got that new bunch of ewes, and I got the old bunch of ewes. That's 3 bunches right there, not to mention the 1 bunch of cows. So that's 4 bunches of animals I'm moving. That's too many. So once it comes December, January in there, it'll be nice to get everybody kind of closed up, not have that many moves. I haven't decided if we're gonna put the all the cows back in and just throw everybody back in one bunch or not. You know, we pulled the cows out when lambing started because the flies and everything were bugging the cows real hard, and so they just take off running, and all the forage is 3.5, 4 foot tall. So I knew if I left the cows in, I'd have stampled lambs, and we didn't want that. So, but it's a nice rainy day here in central Montana. It is kind of cool, but like I said, coming up here this rest of the week now, it's gonna get down to lows of single digits, and they're talking, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 12 inches of snow. So she's coming in pretty hot for winter storm right off. Maybe not. I don't put much faith in weather forecasters, so I don't even bother looking. But people tell me it's gonna snow this week, so okay, try to get things covered up and animals sheltered and where they're happy. Then I still in the process of dispatching our meat birds, so that's fun. Nice cool day like this, but they're all happy now, so on to the next ones. Alrighty folks, since I was up here, I had never had a chance to come over and see where I bale grazed last winter, where I tried that spot. So here we are. It's amazing what the grass has done. As you can tell, everything's pretty brown around, but when you had where the bale grazed and where the animals are very compacted, you get down here in this grass, look at that. Isn't that awesome? That's what we're shooting for out here, is to get the whole place to turn and be able to hold that solar collector for as many days as possible. I mean, so I can take 5 steps and I can be out here where it wasn't grazed, well, it was grazed, but there's no haying or nothing. And I mean, that's the ground, right? literally, 6 feet, just because of the nutrients and all that, and that's what you can end up with. So it's pretty awesome. I hadn't had a chance to get out here and to walk this and see what's what. Now, over there in front of the shed, they were there for a little bit while. We'll walk over there, but I'm gonna guess there's some dead spots because it was so thick. I mean, look at that, folks. This ground here has no more moisture than that right there. The bale grazing and the rotational grazing, it helps. It's slower sometimes, and you really question whether you're doing the right thing or not when it can take up so much time. Like I was saying, right now we're moving 4 bunches of different critters all around. Yeah, see, got a couple of spots because it was so thick here. That'll come out of that next year. And of course, the shed's gonna have a dead spot here, but some grass grew up in there really nice and green. That's cool. But it's like I was saying, it gets kind of depressing when everything's moving so slow and you really question whether you're doing the right thing or not, whether you can make any money at it or not. And you can. There's gonna be, like this year, I was only able to add that 36 head to the flock. So far, maybe things will change before now and Christmas. I don't know. I'm guessing not. But hey, I was able to add 36 head. They should be fairly good. Fairly good bunch. So that puts us up in that 110, 115 ewe range. So next year we'll be able to get a better lamb crop. Bear's excited. He's out here running around trying to get Katie to play with him. She's not sure. But I find it very exciting and uplifting when you can walk out here and, folks, my whole life the grass is this tall. This is, so last spring when there's still snow on the ground was when this was grazed last. Was not touched since then. Was not hayed, unless a couple of deer came across and grazed it. Not touched. That's barely leg tall on the dog, and that's what it normally got to. And I thought our ground was really played out and for hay ground and stuff, and it is. Most definitely is. Doing this other ground on shares that we did, I don't know. I guess it's what it is. What it is. So ranchers just think you can't change it, or what? I'm not sure, but it's. I can see why it's hard to make money in modern day ranching when nobody knows how to grow grass. But like I can walk out like look at that. That's awesome. And yeah, some of this didn't grow much more taller than ankle either, but look at the nutrients it's got. There's blades of grass twice as wide as that. And then you can think, well, so there's better solar energy collector right there, and less energy expended for the animals have to take, that bite. Because if they got to take, 2 bites of that to 1 bite of really good grass, well, hey, end of the day, that adds up to a lot of energy expended for sometimes not so much input. This grass right here, some of it, waist high, some of it knee high. And, I can walk you know, that's about a 8-foot area right here. Other side not so good, other side not so good. So I can tell you that this is where probably one of the ends where the fence was at, to where we fed pretty heavily along the fence line, and it got that up. It got that nutrients in the ground, and it'll grow. So it's pretty exciting on that front. So anyway, I'll do a better review on this 1994 Yamaha Kodiak 400 in its own video, but I wanted to get it in this one because, like I said, it was gonna get all muddy if I drove it and bought it to use, bought it to work, so it's gonna get all muddy. You know, for it being a 1994, it's only got 3,250 miles on it, which is, it's cool. It's not wore out. It's ball joints and everything felt tight on it, so it'll be a good machine for us. I'm not gonna lie, it's older than I was hoping I was gonna have to get. That being said, if the ones I was wanting to buy, you know, they're anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000 used. If you go buy new, they're about $13,000. I spent $1,800 on this one. It'll do the job just fine. I don't need to spend that much money right now. The sheep can't afford to pay for that. They can't pay for this one yet either. But because I'm trying to build the flock and trying to build the numbers, you sacrifice certain things to try to get the numbers up. So when you get there, then the sheep will be able to pay for everything that they need to. Yeah, so like I said, rainy day, moved the rams, thought we'd just look at the grass, and I was running Katie, so y'all, I'm not ready for the storm that's coming. I don't want to see that white stuff yet, but it is what it is, I guess. So, one day at a time, keep the head down, push through it. Well, as y'all can see, first snow's here. It's been a long winter now, recording in snow. Missed summer already. This should melt and go away fairly soon, I hope. But for right now, I threw bales over here just to feed the animals in these couple of spots. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna pitch you some hay, and I'm gonna make my rounds on all the animals with the Kodiak. Right now we got where it hasn't drifted, probably a good 5-6 inches on the ground. So yeah, good times.